Greetings again. Scott here, known as Cantaloupe to some online. It is January 24th, 2025, and I am here with you today bringing a subject that's interesting to me. It might be of interest to you or someone you care about. And it's an interesting one. This one's a little bit more esoteric than my usual topics. And I still see questions going around online that have probably been asked many, many times over the millennia regarding the nature of consciousness. It's a bit esoteric, I warned you. So I'm going to weigh in on this topic because I think I have something of value to say about it. And some of this might be kind of familiar or obvious to some people if you've done research or if you've been educated on subjects of philosophy or religion. Anyway, to get to the point, consciousness, as far as I understand it, is very easy and simple once you grasp what it is exactly. The question specifically that I'm responding to, and I apologize for not quoting the source, but I don't think it was necessarily an original question. The question is, why, if most or all of the matter in the universe is inanimate or unconscious, why then are people conscious? Okay, fair question. Say it again. If all of the matter in the universe is unconscious, then why are people conscious? Okay, so let's describe or define consciousness to begin with. Consciousness, I think for the sake of argument, we can agree that a conventional definition is self-awareness, perhaps, the ability to make decisions, having a boundary around an individual whereby autonomy exists to some degree. Consciousness is debatable. It's a little bit complex, but I think we recognize it when we see it because we possess it. So anyway, that's a kind of a subject for a separate video. But anyway, if we can agree on the definition, and that's a pretty loose one, but consciousness arises or emerges, actually. Now, here's the operative word, is emerges, from systems in the way they are organized. Okay, so short answer, most of the matter in the observable universe is inanimate or unconscious, yes. And I think some people are confused about that. They think, well, if anything's conscious, then everything must be conscious, and therefore there's a God, etc. But that's not necessarily true. And science gives us a ton of supporting data. So science gives us a ton of data to support the idea that there is, in fact, inanimate matter. It's not all conscious. It's not all doing stuff willfully, which is another trait of consciousness, is autonomy or agency of some sort. Maybe not full agency, but that's a big subject. It's kind of a tangent, a digression. So back to the actual subject, the point, the final point is there's something called an emergent property that can exist in a system that is more than the sum of its parts by definition. So you have consciousness arising in organic matter occasionally, that is in a state of balance, a state of animation, and the the way in which it is organized gives rise to what is called a sensorium, and that is a product of a central nervous system. That it's an electromagnetic, a biochemical field, an energy field, and it's a product entirely of the very specific way in which a being or a creature, a living individual, is organized, not the sum of their parts. Obviously, if you take someone apart, they're no longer conscious. Kind of some dark humor, but anyway, this might help people understand or explain why, rocks or dirt or, air or star matter is not conscious, because it's not organized in a way to give rise to agency or autonomy, the properties needed to describe consciousness. So anyway, there's a lot more to be said on this. Obviously, it's a huge connection with spirituality and philosophy. And if you have questions, if you have thoughts, and you want to discuss it, leave a comment or email me at whitehotrobot@gmail.com. And I'm going to probably follow this video up with a bit of clarification. Thank you for your time.